You're not losing muscle because of age. That's a lie you were taught so you'd stop asking questions. You're losing muscle because every single night your body is being pushed into survival mode while you sleep, and you've been calling it normal. You wake up weaker, stiffer, slower, and you assume time is winning. It's not. Your habits are, while you're asleep, your body doesn't rest the way you think it does. It audits. It decides what to keep and what to discard. It looks at what you gave it during the day, what you denied it at night, and then it makes ruthless decisions. Muscle is expensive tissue. It costs energy to maintain. If your body senses scarcity, it doesn't hesitate. It breaks muscle down to protect what it believes matters more. And you've been giving it every reason to do exactly that. Here's the brutal truth most people never hear. Going to bed underfueled is not discipline, it's self-sabotage. You think skipping food at night proves control. In reality, it proves ignorance. Hunger during sleep isn't fat loss. It's muscle loss dressed up as willpower. Your body doesn't reward deprivation. It responds to signals. And every empty night sends a loud, clear message. Resources are limited. Start cutting costs. Another uncomfortable reality hits even harder. Most muscle loss doesn't happen during inactivity. It happens during recovery. That's right. You can train, walk, stretch, and still lose strength if your nights are wrong. Because sleep without the right nutritional support turns recovery into erosion. You don't rebuild. You decay slowly, quietly, one night at a time. And here's where the excuses fall apart. You tell yourself you ate enough during the day. You assume that covers the night. It doesn't. Sleep is a long fast, 6 to 8 hours where your body still needs amino acids, still needs signals that say preserve muscle, still needs reassurance that it's safe to rebuild. Without that, your system panics. Cortisol rises, muscle protein breakdown increases. You wake up feeling older than you should, and you call it aging instead of calling it what it is, mismanagement. There's a harsh realization waiting here, and it stings. If you wake up sore, weak, or drained every morning, your body didn't recover. It survived, barely. Survival mode is not where strength lives. Survival mode strips you down to essentials, and muscle is never considered essential. When resources feel scarce, you've been told strength fades with time. That's convenient. It removes responsibility. But the body doesn't think in years. It thinks in signals. Feed scarcity, get breakdown. Feed security, get repair. It's that simple. And that unforgiving, this is where everything shifts. Night is not the end of your day. Night is the decision point. It's when your body decides whether tomorrow's version of you will be stronger or weaker. What you do in the final hours before sleep matters more than most of what you do during the day. That truth alone dismantles years of bad advice. Another shock most people aren't ready for, feeling light at night, isn't progress. It's your body preparing to cannibalize itself. Muscle loss is silent. You don't feel it happening. You notice it weeks later when tasks feel heavier, balance feels off, and strength seems to vanish without warning. It didn't vanish. It was taken while you slept. There is nothing heroic about waking up depleted. There is nothing noble about ignoring the body's need to repair. Strength isn't built through punishment. It's built through precision, and nighttime is where precision separates those who keep muscle from those who slowly give it away. If this makes you uncomfortable, good. Discomfort is awareness knocking. Because once you understand what's really happening at night, you can't unsee it. And pretending you didn't know becomes the real weakness. You think muscle loss starts with weakness. It doesn't. It starts with neglect. Quiet neglect. The kind that happen. It's when you assume your body will figure it out on its own. When you trust routines that were never designed for recovery. When you believe effort alone is enough. It isn't. Effort without support turns into damage, not strength. Your body's not emotional. It doesn't care about your intentions. It responds only to signals. Every choice you make sends one. What you eat, when you eat, what you skip, especially what you skip at night. And night is where most people fail without even realizing it. Here's the second hard truth that cuts deep. Your muscles don't disappear suddenly. They erode because you repeatedly put your body in a position where it has no other option. When energy drops and nutrients run dry, your body looks for backup fuel. It doesn't pull from fat first. Fat is long-term storage. Muscle is immediate currency, fast to break down, easy to access. And you've been offering it up every night without protest. You tell yourself you'll fix it later. Later never comes. Because every night trains your body what to expect. Scarcity teaches your system to downsize. Abundance teaches it to invest. And right now, your habits are teaching your body to play defense instead of building offense. Another uncomfortable realization most people avoid: soreness is not proof of progress. Persistent soreness is proof of poor recovery. If your muscles are still aching days later, that's not strength forming. That's tissue failing to repair on schedule. And no amount of motivation overrides biology. Recovery is not optional, it's mandatory. Ignore it, and your body collects the debt with interest. There's also this lie that needs to die right now: I'm not that active, so I don't need much. That mindset is exactly why muscle loss accelerates. Inactivity already reduces muscle building signals. Combine that with nighttime underfueling and you double the damage. Less stimulation, less repair, more breakdown. That's the equation you've been living in. Your body expects support when you rest. Sleep is not a shutdown. It's a construction site. Hormones shift, growth processes activate, repair systems come online. But without raw materials, construction halts. Worse, the crew starts tearing down old structures to reuse parts. That's muscle protein breakdown in real terms. Not dramatic, not painful, just consistent. And here's a truth that hits the ego hard. Willpower does nothing at night. You're unconscious. You can't push through repair. You either prepared your body before sleep or you didn't. There is no negotiating with physiology at 2 a.m. when your system decides what tomorrow will look like. Most people think discipline is about restriction. Real discipline is about foresight, planning for recovery instead of hoping for it. Understanding that strength is preserved by small, boring, strategic decisions repeated nightly. Not heroic effort, not extremes. Just intelligence applied consistently. If your nights are empty, your mornings will be heavy. If your recovery is weak, your strength will follow. And if you keep pretending nighttime doesn't matter, your body will keep proving that it does. By taking muscle away one quiet night at a time, this isn't meant to scare you. It's meant to wake you up. Because once you see that muscle loss is a nightly decision, not an inevitable fate, excuses lose their power. And responsibility steps in whether you like it or not. You've been conditioned to believe muscle fades slowly, almost politely. As if your body asks permission before taking strength away. It doesn't. Muscle loss is aggressive, efficient, and brutally logical. When the body senses uncertainty, it prepares for survival, not performance. And most nights you're feeding that uncertainty without realizing it. The third uncomfortable truth is this. Consistency in the wrong habit is more damaging than occasional neglect. Skipping proper nighttime support once in a while won't ruin you. Doing it every night will. The body ADA. PT is to patterns, not intentions. And the pattern you repeat before sleep becomes the rule your biology follows. You might think your body remembers the good days. It doesn't. It responds to the most recent signal. What you did last week doesn't protect you tonight. What you do before bed does. That's why strength can disappear even when nothing changed. Something did change. You kept telling your body it couldn't rely on you. Another harsh realization cuts through the noise. Metabolism slows when muscle disappears, not the other way around. People blame a slow metabolism for weakness and fat gain, when the real cause is muscle erosion driven by poor recovery. Lose muscle, burn less energy. Burn less energy, store more fat. The cycle starts at night, not at the dinner table. There's also a mental trap that keeps people stuck. You assume small actions don't matter. You think one snack can't make a difference. That belief alone guarantees decline. The body is built on accumulation. Tiny signals repeated daily shape tissue, hormones, and strength. One small, intelligent choice at night can outweigh hours of effort done earlier in the day. Your body wants predictability. It thrives when it knows fuel will arrive. When it senses reliability, it invests. When it senses randomness, it conserves. Going to bed without giving your system what it needs creates biological anxiety. And anxiety in the body looks like breakdown, not growth. Another truth most avoid facing. Fatigue is often a recovery problem, not a sleep problem. You can sleep 8 hours and still wake up drained if your body spent the night tearing down instead of repairing. Rest without resources is just time passing. Real recovery requires preparation. You don't need extremes. You don't need supplements stacked to the ceiling. You don't need motivation. You need alignment. Alignment between effort and recovery. Alignment between what you demand from your body and what you give it when it's most vulnerable. Strength isn't built by pushing harder. It's preserved by stopping the unnecessary damage. And most of that damage happens when you think the day is over and nothing else matters. Once you understand that muscle loss is not random, not mysterious, and not inevitable, a line is crossed. You can't go back to ignorance. Every night becomes a choice. Protect strength or surrender it. Signal safety or signal scarcity. The body will obey either way. There's a moment most people never recognize, the moment their body stops trying to improve and starts trying to survive. It doesn't announce itself. It just shifts priorities. Strength becomes optional. Efficiency becomes everything. And that shift happens because of what you repeatedly fail to do. When the lights go out and the day feels finished, you assume your body knows your goals. It doesn't. It only knows patterns. And the pattern you've been reinforcing is one of inconsistency. One day you care. The next night you don't. That unpredictability forces the body to choose safety over growth. Growth requires trust. And trust is built by repetition. Here's another harsh truth. Muscle maintenance requires reassurance. Not hype, not effort, reassurance. Your body needs to know that fuel will be there when repair begins. When it doesn't get that signal, it downshifts. Hormones adjust. Protein synthesis slows. Breakdown quietly increases. You don't feel it happening, but you live with the consequences later. You've probably noticed strength slipping even when activity stays the same. Movements feel heavier. Recovery feels longer. That's not weakness. That's adaptation to neglect. The body is incredibly good at surviving poor conditions. It just does so by making you smaller, slower, and less capable. Another realization that hits hard, skipping nighttime nutrition trains your body to expect stress during rest. Stress hormones don't turn off just because you're asleep. They respond to perceived threat, and hunger is a T. Treat signal. a repeated one. Over time, that signal rewires how your body uses muscle. You may believe you're avoiding excess calories. What you're really avoiding is repair. And repair is non-negotiable if you want to keep strength. Muscle isn't just for lifting. It stabilizes joints, protects balance, supports metabolism. Lose it, and everything else starts to wobble. The problem isn't that you're doing too little. The problem is that you're doing the wrong thing consistently. You close the day without closing the loop. You ask your body to rebuild and then abandon it at the exact moment rebuilding begins. There's nothing dramatic about decline. That's why it wins. It happens quietly, comfortably, wrapped in routines that feel harmless. But the body keeps score. Every underfueled night is logged. Every missed signal is remembered. And adaptation follows whether you approve or not. Strength isn't fragile. It's responsive. Treat it like an afterthought and it leaves. Treat it like a priority at the right time and it stays. Timing is the difference, not effort, not age. Timing, the hardest part is accepting responsibility without shame. You weren't failing. You were uninformed. But now that awareness is here, ignorance is no longer an option. What you do tonight will either reinforce decline or interrupt it, and that decision is closer than you think. At some point, the body stops asking politely. It stops sending mild signals. It starts compensating. And compensation always comes at a cost. When muscles aren't supported at night, the body finds ways to function without them. It redistributes load. It tightens joints. It alters movement. That's when stiffness appears. That's when balance fades. That's when strength loss becomes visible instead of silent. You may think muscle loss only affects appearance or performance. That's another lie. Muscle is structural insurance. It keeps you upright. It absorbs shock. It protects you from injury. When it shrinks, the margin for error disappears. Small mistakes become big problems. Simple movements feel risky, and all of it traces back to how well or how poorly you recover. Here's a truth that doesn't care about comfort. Your body adapts faster than your awareness. By the time you notice weakness, the process has been running for a long time. Nights of underfueling don't announce themselves, they accumulate. And once muscle is gone, rebuilding it takes far more effort than preserving it ever did. Another harsh realization: feeling fine is not the same as being strong. The body is excellent at masking decline. It adjusts posture, changes mechanics, borrows from other muscles to compensate for loss. That's why people are shocked when they suddenly struggle with tasks that used to be easy. The warning signs were there. They were just quiet. There's also a dangerous belief that muscle loss is reversible at any point. It isn't. The longer tissue stays unused and unsupported, the harder it becomes to regain. Neural connections weaken. Recovery slows. Hormonal response is dull. Prevention is not just easier, it's smarter. Nighttime is when preservation happens. Or doesn't. You don't lose muscle during effort. You lose it during neglect, during the hours when your body should be repairing microdamage and reinforcing tissue. When those hours are starved of what they need, the body chooses the path of least resistance. That path leads away from strength. Another uncomfortable truth: discipline without understanding is just repetition. You've been repeating habits that feel responsible but produce the opposite result. Skipping food at night, ignoring subtle hunger, assuming tomorrow will fix today. Tomorrow never fixes what last night broke. The body's honest. It doesn't hold grudges. It responds directly to input. Give it uncertainty, it minimizes. Give it reliability, slicing away muscle becomes unnecessary. Preservation becomes logical. Growth becomes possible. This isn't about fear. It's about leverage. The smallest changes at the most strategic time create the biggest impact. Night is leverage. And you've been leaving it unused. Once you grasp that muscle loss is a management problem, not a motivation problem, the path forward becomes clear. You don't need more effort. You need better decisions at the moment your body is most honest about its needs. There's a reason the body does its most important work when you're unconscious. No ego, no excuses, no motivation, just biology doing exactly what it's programmed to do. And that's why night exposes the truth about how you've been treating yourself. You can't talk your way out of it. You can't outwork it. You either set the conditions for repair or you don't. Most people misunderstand recovery because they confuse stillness with restoration. Lying down is not the same as rebuilding. Sleep is only the environment. What happens inside that environment depends entirely on what you provided beforehand. Without the right signals, sleep becomes maintenance at best and breakdown at worst. Time passes, but progress doesn't happen. Here's a reality that hits hard once you see it. The body is conservative by nature. It doesn't gamble on abundance. It waits for proof. If night after night you fail to provide what it needs to rebuild, it stops trying. Not out of laziness, but efficiency. Maintaining muscle requires energy, amino acids, hormonal support. If those aren't consistently available, the body reallocates resources. Survival beats strength every time. You may think you're being cautious. You may think you're avoiding excess. But from the body's perspective, repeated nighttime deprivation is a warning sign. It signals instability. And instability forces adaptation. That adaptation looks like reduced muscle mass, slower recovery, and a body that feels older than it should. Another truth people avoid facing: the body remembers patterns better than events. One good day doesn't undo a week of poor nights. One protein-rich meal earlier doesn't protect against hours of fasting during peak repair time. Consistency is the language the body understands. And right now, the message you've been sending is mixed at best, damaging at worst. There's also a psychological trap at play. You associate nighttime eating with weakness, with lack of control, with undoing progress. That belief didn't come from biology. It came from trends, fear-based advice, and misunderstanding how muscle is preserved. The body doesn't care about rules. It cares about availability. Denying it at the wrong time doesn't make you disciplined. It makes you depleted. You might wonder why energy feels unpredictable, why strength fluctuates, why motivation drops even when sleep hours are adequate. That's not a character flaw. That's a recovery failure. When the body spends the night compensating instead of repairing, it starts the next day already behind. You feel it as fatigue, stiffness, mental fog, and then you push anyway, compounding the damage. Another uncomfortable realization: the older the body gets, the less forgiving it becomes. Recovery windows narrow. Signals need to be clearer. Precision matters more. What you could get away with before no longer works. That doesn't mean decline is inevitable. It means strategy must replace guesswork. Nighttime support isn't about indulgence. It's about alignment, aligning your actions with how the body actually functions. When you do that, something changes fast. Recovery deepens. Morning stiffness eases. Strength stops leaking away. Not because you tried harder, but because you stopped working against your own biology. There's no drama in this shift. No overnight miracle. Just a quiet correction that compounds. The body responds quickly when it finally feels safe enough to invest again. And safety, in biological terms, means reliability. It means knowing that when repair begins, resources will be there once that understanding settles in. XQ. CS lose their grip. You stop chasing intensity and start valuing timing. You stop fearing small, smart decisions and start fearing neglect. Because neglect is what got you here. And awareness is what takes you out. The body is always listening, especially at night. And now that you know what it's listening for, pretending otherwise is no longer an option. There's a point where information turns into responsibility. Before that point, mistakes are accidental. After it, they're choices. And once you understand how much damage is done in silence at night, pretending it doesn't matter becomes the real risk. Your body is not confused. It's responding perfectly to the environment you create. If muscle is disappearing, it's because the body has decided it's no longer safe to keep it. That decision isn't emotional. It's calculated. And it's based on repetition. Night after night, the same signal produces the same outcome. Another truth most people resist: you don't lose muscle because you stop training. You lose muscle because you stop supporting training. Effort creates stress. Stress demands repair. When repair is underfunded, the body doesn't get stronger, it gets smaller. That's not failure. That's math. You may believe you're being patient, waiting for results to return on their own. But the body doesn't reward patience without action. It rewards alignment. Waiting without correcting the cause is just watching decline unfold in slow motion. There's also a dangerous assumption that muscle loss is obvious. It isn't. The body compensates so well that weakness hides behind familiarity. You adjust how you move. You avoid certain actions without realizing it. You normalize stiffness. You call fatigue busy life. But normalization doesn't mean harmless. It means unnoticed. Another hard realization: strength is not stored in memory. The body doesn't remember what it used to be capable of. It responds to what it's supported to do now. That's why people are shocked when past fitness doesn't protect them. Past effort doesn't preserve present tissue. Current signals do. You don't need more motivation. Motivation is unreliable. Biology is not. When you give the body consistent, clear signals at the right time, it responds whether you feel inspired or not. That's the advantage of understanding how recovery actually works. Nighttime is where honesty lives. There's no distraction, no productivity, no performance. Just the body assessing whether it can afford to rebuild. If it senses reliability, repair accelerates. If it senses uncertainty, conservation takes over. And conservation always means less muscle. This isn't about perfection. It's about stopping the leak. Muscle loss is like a slow drain. You don't notice until the level is low. Closing that drain doesn't require extreme measures. It requires awareness applied consistently. Once you grasp that strength fades not from effort, but from neglect at the wrong time, a shift happens. You stop fighting your body. You start working with it. And when that happens, recovery stops being a mystery and starts becoming predictable. The body isn't against you. It's been protecting you the only way it knows how. Now it's your move.